This is a result of someone responding to a text message while driving. Unfortunately, it's an image that we're all too familiar with. Hello, my name is Zach Moreland, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the dilemma of texting and driving. I have researched this topic to provide some clear facts about the problem and also to provide some practical solutions to this problem. I, like many other young adults, have unfortunately texted while driven or used my phone in a distracting manner. I realize that for the safety of myself, for the safety of other drivers, for pedestrians, and for future generations, that this problem must be stopped due to the danger it imposes on us. First, I will be talking about the problem caused by texting and driving. I will then be talking about some causes and justifications people use for texting while driving. And then finally, I'm going to be providing some practical solutions to this problem. So what is the big deal with texting and driving? Most people don't really see it as much of a problem, but these statistics prove otherwise. A 2010 study found that text messaging makes a car crash up to 23 times more likely, according to textinganddravingsafety.com. That same study also found that teens who text while drive spend approximately 10% of their driving time outside of their lane. This was also found on textinganddravingsafety.com. Also published on that website was a 2011 survey that showed that 23% of auto collisions were as a result of texting and driving. That's equal to 1.3 million car crashes in the US alone. These are just a few of the hundreds of astonishing facts about the dangers of texting and driving. So why do we still do it? Despite all the social media promotions and infomercials about this problem, many people still continue to text and drive. This can be attributed to the fast-paced society in which we live in today. Most people are used to the concept of immediate gratification. Text messages are expected to be read and responded to in a timely manner. And unfortunately, this obligation carries over to behind the wheel as well. Another cause for this problem would probably be ignorance. Many people just simply aren't educated about the problem, and these 30-second infomercials or these tweets just simply aren't cutting it, getting the information and awareness out there. And finally, teens and young adults, many of those who text and drive, they tend to feel that they're invincible because of their age and health. That's just a natural feeling for someone of that age. They also make excuses like saying they're good enough drivers or that they practice safe texting and driving by only texting at stoplights or holding the phone up near the windshield for better visibility. But unfortunately, these excuses just aren't cutting it because they aren't working. So what's a real solution to this problem? Many states have already enacted texting and driving laws, and they hand out tickets to those they pull over and found that they've been using their phone in a distracting manner. But is this really working? Speeding laws have been around forever, for example, yet people still continue to speed. I believe that there are two aspects to the solution that can significantly deter the problem texting and driving. One would be more education programs brought into high schools and college campuses. Those who suffered from the consequences of texting and driving should be encouraged to share their testimonies and bring about a more personal experience in these programs to help get the message out there. And secondly, I believe private companies should be involved in tackling this problem. AT&T just released their new Drive mobile app, which prevents the driver from receiving text messages, and the app itself sends out a message to anyone who texts the driver that the person is currently driving. It can tell when the phone is going over 15 miles per hour and turns on automatically. Unfortunately, this is just an optional app. You don't have to have it, but if cell phone providers were mandated to put an app similar to this in all of their mobile phones, I believe this would significantly deter the amount of people texting and driving. So, in conclusion, texting and driving is a very dangerous yet preventable issue. I have talked about the problems caused by texting and driving, some of the causes and justifications people use for texting and driving, and finally, I gave some very practical solutions to this problem. So, I challenge you to continue to educate yourself, your family, and your friends about texting and driving. Um, no one wants to be a part of a wreck like we saw in the beginning of this video. So let's change that and end texting and driving.